Gamers, we are back with some more modern action. I'm of course NanMan, bringing you guys all of our weekly coverage here over at NanMan's Nerd Corner, and we have been bouncing around getting ourselves a mix of gameplay coverage and footage for you guys to enjoy, trying to show you guys as many different decks as possible at the channel. So we're getting closer and closer to the holiday season, or at this point we're pretty much in the holiday season, and getting closer and closer to the end of 2025 here. Of course, you might not be watching this on the day that it's released. You might be watching it weeks, months after, maybe even years, I guess. Who knows? But we've got Esper Blink versus Scapeshift here. There are a couple of, landfall-related decks that sometimes pop up. I mean, Amulet's the, #1 Scapeshift deck if you think about but even then, most people are started to peel away from the Scapeshift. This is a pure Scapeshift list without Amulet. So there's no Amulet of Vigors, there's no Primeval Titans, nothing like that. It's like a classic old school. We even see this Colony Heart Expedition coming out here, landfall shenanigans. And we see the Esper Blink stumbling on the lands. Was the greed too much, too real? Yeah, it looks like that might be the case right now with the 1 land versus 3, and the landfall triggers are ticking up here as, of course, this Colony Heart Expedition continues to grow. What do we got? Okay, Dryad of Elysium Grove. So if you've never played against a Scapeshift or a Valakut strategy, here is the thing to note. A Dryad of Elysium Grove is very powerful, very important, because lands you control are every basic land type. So when you've got Valakut out, that then turns all of your goodies into something scary. And we've got an Ephemerate on this. Let's get rid of this Dryad of Elysium Grove. This is basically a way to kind of allow you to Scapeshift or allow you to hit the Valakut without having to have all mountains. That's what the Dryad does. Alright, we're not casting, it looks like, the Ephemerate. I don't think the pitching a Solitude, or pitching an Ephemerate to cast a Solitude is maybe the best if we can help it, but maybe there was only, 3 white cards in hand, and it was a Solitude, 2 Ephemerates there, but, we see a Relic popping up as well, but still no second land, so definitely not looking good. So we do see the Scapeshift player will be doing some popping. Yeah, so we see fetch, triggers. Yeah, so we're stacking the triggers in a very specific way. We're kind of going through and confirming the order at which we are going to be. Yeah, Surveil trigger. So it looks like we're going to do a Surveil trigger and then pop it afterward, but it's like, well, what if you wanted to keep the card on top? But I guess that's fine. Sure. Alright, so you can see it's basically a Naya Scapeshift. I guess we could have put that under the name of it. It is more streamlined for it. Back in the day, you used to have like a Bring to Light version. Some Bant style, 4 colors, things like that. But now it's basically, we're testing out this version of it, if you will. All right, getting those basics as well here. You see those, that'll be off the expedition. All right, Surveillant. Oh, looks like another land on top, but we don't really need that one. And there we go. There's the expedition gone. But lots of lands in hand, but Scapeshift there. Looks like we've got a Reprieve in hand as well, but just sort of building up. No real... I mean, we're building up towards the Scapeshift, and it's like, how many lands do we need in order to do that? It's also like we've got some lifelinking going on here. (23 to 18 currently. We know there's at least 3 more damage coming off the Solitude here. So that's 26 to 15. So nice little swing. And the lifelink can actually be very impactful and very relevant here in the matchup. And wow, even popping the Relic not getting another land. So what is that? I mean, 4 or 5 draws now without getting a second land. I mean, I want to say most of the Esper Blink lists are, you know, 22 to 24 lands, like 2 to 3 MDFCs. So, like, not getting a second land drop is wild. And it feels even more so lopsided because you're playing against a landfall Scapeshifty deck like this. All right, it looks like we're at the debate how we're going to tap out here, or at least how we're going to tap mana, because you want to keep the mana for reprieve, but we have an Isotil, looks like is going to be the focus here, and you do need double green in order to play that. Yeah, I like the flagstones tapping. Okay. All right, our Isotil here, 2/4, pretty decent toughness there. The big part is we get to play an extra land each turn, and we get to play lands from the graveyard. But also, every time a land enters, we get to mill. And the flagstones there. You're still going to be able to draw it. I'm just going to pitch this. Another Solitude. Let's just get rid of it here altogether. I think that's worth it. I think that's good, but I still think it's like keeping the Solitudes against the Dryad of Elysium Grove is probably a better play. Ooh my gosh, what is it? It's like, yeah, bang on the deck. Better really hard shuffle it after this. All right. What do we got? Oh, okay. Green Sun Zenith. Now we get a Dryad. Was that for 3? I think that was. So if you guys are watching and there's specific decks you want to see, whether it's these decks in particular or other decks on the channel, of course, we do have all of our deck lists posted up on Moxfield. If for whatever reason one of our decks is missing, please let us know, and we will be able to, of course, sit there and post up and send you the links to whatever those deck lists are. But if there's a deck that you would love to see featured on the channel, let us know. I know some people were expressing interest in a Samwise combo deck, but we see Dryad of Elysium Grove, another Scapeshift. So this is where, oh, we wish we had Solitude. We wish we had that Solitude still. So we're going to sack any number of lands and then go search our library for that same number and put them on the battlefield tapped. So get ready to feel the pain here. Let's see, sacrificing all the lands. Now, normally you would need 5 mountains in order to trigger Valakut. But with Dryad of Elysium Grove, that number for 5 doesn't really matter anymore because now Valakut's a mountain. All right, Valakut's every land. So you're like, yep, mountain 1, mountain 2. What else we got? You see the other Valakut just hovering there. I guess mountain number 3. So we got 2 more maybe. Oh, well, we at least 1 more Valakut if we wanted to. I guess there's probably one in the sideboard though. Would be my assumption if you have Wish package going on. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mountains already here. Mountain number 6. Mountain number 7. Mountain number 8. And we have... All right, so this is going to be basically 3 damage for each one. Essentially, you're getting 9 per mountain. So, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 lands. 9 times 8.
We're interrupting our gameplay to let you know about our new affiliate with NerdGear. nerdgear.gg/nanman will take you directly to the website, and as you can see, they've got a bunch of awesome gaming accessories from playmats, life counters with the life tracks, playmat holders, and more. So make sure you do some browsing on the site, find some goodies, and then use the code NGNanman for 5% off your entire order. But let's get back to our gameplay.
All right. Let's see if our Esper Blink player can draw more than one land here. I mean, this is a bit of a long video. Of course, we are going, I don't know, what, 40-some minutes in for this one? Right now, we're only 10 minutes in for starting round 2. Of course, we cut out the sideboarding of the players. So that is one thing that is cut from our videos. But we did, you know, again, if you want to look a little bit more at the sideboards, what people are picking, you can be able to check those out over on our Mox field, and those links are available for you.
I told you if you wanted to play another one, I get to go first. I know. This is the worst case scenario for you.
All right, let's see. What do we got? Going to 17. I mean, the deck doesn't really have a lot of one-drops. We saw the relics. What other one-drops could be displayed here? I mean, disruptions, if there's any of, like, hand disruptions. Hey, there we go. Thoughtseize, that'll do it. So, target player is going to reveal. Here are 3 options. Here are 3 lands. Okay, so, Bolt, if, not that big of a deal. Isotil can become an issue. The ramp, actually, that is awarded from the Grazer is the biggest kind of like, this is a problem, get this out of the hand. You know, we saw how quickly things can progress with this, and yeah, that's going to be the grab here. Isotil can become a problem later on, but like 4 mana, it's going to be a while before we can get there, especially if we're disrupting the ramp and the acceleration that Grazer does provide. Ooh, Valakut starting it off, passing. So now how will our Blink player try to set themselves up? Where will they go from here to kind of, you know, push things to the next stage? It's like just a land go. Yeah, land go coming around for both players here. So is anybody doing anything fun for the holidays? Are you doing any cube drafting? Are you getting together and playing some Magic the Gathering with any friends and family members that are in town for the holidays? Some people are doing some Commander events, things like that. What are y'all doing? I always like to try to get some cube stuff in. It does get to be a little challenging over the holidays with all the other, you know, obligations and events and things like that. All right, Surveillance. Looks like they keep that on top. All right, but we do need to get a threat out there before the Valakuts really start to snowball. Basic Swamp here. Oil Slick Phyrexian Swamp. Oh, there's a Grazer. Okay. So that'll basically ramp us up a turn, and even though we were like on the play or on the draw here, so we're like a land behind, we'll catch up to the player that was on the play here. All right, there's the Grazer. ETB, here's an extra land. Now we're up to 4, and we got ahead of you. So still waiting on our Blink player to get something going here. And, oh, missing a land drop. Man, is this just going to be like a quick bowl over that we're going to see here? Let's see, 4 mana. Yeah, time for the Isotil Explorer. That gives us 2 extra land drops this turn. So what do we got to work with here? Mountain. 1, 2, 3. Only 3. Let's, of course, mill a card. Flagstones. Trigger. Mill that. Yeah, Isotil Explorer is sweet. I like it a lot. Got 1 in my cube. 1 sitting in that Edge of Eternity's starter deck. Commander starter deck. And that's about it. I think I only opened 2, but I was a huge fan of Edge of Eternities. I thought the set was amazing, very flavorful wins. You know, I've very much enjoyed collecting the Spider-Man cards. Haven't really had much chance to play with much of them. The Avatar cards have been awesome to kind of interact and play with. There's definitely some cards that I want to still pick up more of and play with more. Like, we've done some Badger Mole stuff online, but not in paper. The card's crazy expensive now. Of course, the Librarian, I need to pick up some. So yeah, a lot of cool cards from the Avatar set. And just like the mechanics, we fought against a 4-color deck that was running Aang the other week. Oh, we'll have to do some editing for that stuff. That footage is still in the queue, built up here. But looks like we're going to start bringing the Flicker Wisp beats coming across here. Yeah, just sort of like chipping away. Both players are just sort of like kind of just eyeballing, not really overcommitting anything too crazy here. We see, okay, we've got Bolt action available. We've got a Green Sun Zenith here. So what can we do with all this? Really, we're looking for like a big payout here for our Scapeshift player. All right, 2 damage coming across. All right, how big do you go off of that? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So that would be find something that costs 5 or less, which probably not many, if any, are in the list. So it looks like probably, 4 and 3 drops are really what matter for this Scapeshift list. You could, of course, or not, with Green Sun we're talking about here. You could even Green Sun for 0 if you wanted to, but, oh, looks like a frog going to come out. Okay, pass and turn. All right, we're going to try to fight over the frog here. Bolt, there are 3 cards in hand. Does this force the discard here? And this could be actually a really nice time to try to go for things, but you could also try to wait if you wanted to, in the hopes that we're going to hit a Scapeshift or some ways to generate more mana and start triggering our Valakut, because right now we're up to 3 mountains still? Yeah, so 3 mountains away from being able to really utilize Valakut the way we want to. All right, what do we got? Green Sun. Yep, Green Sun for 3 here. 2 cards left for our Blink player. Looks like they're not going to fight over it. I mean, you don't really have to worry about counter spells. Maybe the sideboard has some, but... Ooh, another Dryad coming out. All right, now this will trigger. Okay, we got a Dryad. Here's a land. Isotil trigger. Now we got some Bolt action coming across. Shoot down the Flicker Wisp. I mean, 2 cards in hand. We'd have to really be able to, get something good going. But no land, it looks like, in the graveyard for us here. So we can't, double up on our lands there with the Isotil and extra land drops and things like that. It looks like gonna eat some lands, get the frog flying, and push for damage, or attempt to, because Grazer does have reach. All right, 2, 3 coming across. Grazer is immediately going to jump in the way, and that's really important for preventing the Blink player from being able to draw extra cards off the frog, because that is, trigger off damage to a planeswalker or a player there. But our Scapeshift player is in top deck mode. So now it's that, okay, how do we find enough ways to generate mana or basically get more lands? That's our goal. How can we get more lands here? Oh, bringing the beats. All right, here comes 4. Taking the hit. So this is, things are getting crazy low, right? 8 life. Again, just like one Scapeshift is just lethal. Okay, green suns for 0. X is 0.
That is fine.
So that means we are getting a Dryad Arbor here. The only legal target for 0 that the deck runs. I don't know, I guess they could run something else, but like we all know what the real card is that you're getting. There it is. Dryad. Different art than the one that we have here on screen, but you get the gist of what you're trying to do. It's a land creature, forest, Dryad, 1/1. But still triggers a Valakut. I'm going to zap 3 to the face here. Dropping our Esper Blink to 5 life. So really we're getting close to closing out. Looks like this game, unless our Blink player can find a way out of this predicament. Ooh, Doggo coming on the end step.
Combat. There is 3 from this frog.
I like the idea of blocking with the Dryad here. Prevents the draw. You know, or they could have forced the player to eat the cards in the graveyard and everything, but... Alright. Yeah, basically we just need 2 triggers. So yeah, that's why it's like Dryad Arbor dies. You play Dryad Arbor from the graveyard using Isotil this turn. It's not a second land, maybe. Maybe there's land in hand. Guess you should, but by having this, you get to swing, and you're looking at it like, oh, I have exactly 5. Oh, trigger. All right, response to the triggers looks like Solitude's going to come in, pitching Ketramos here. Get rid of the Dryad. And an Ephemerate. Let's get rid of the Isotil. Ooh. All right. Now Valakut will check. And it goes, oh, you don't have enough mountains now. So it checks with the trigger and checks on resolution of that trigger. Hey, do you have this? No. Nope. Guess you don't get to do the thing you want to do. All right, now our Scapeshift player is really left in a tough spot. But again, a Scapeshift is a live draw.
I'm gonna blink this guy.
Let's blink it again, looks like, off the Ephemerate. Get rid of the Dryad. Give our opponent 1 more life, but...
Combat.
Move into combats. Let's blink with the Felia. So... Oh, pitching a Thoughtseize. Well, yeah, our opponent has no cards in hand. So, 4, 5, 6 damage total. Draw off the frog. End step. Felia will bring back our Solitude. And we'll get a +1 counter there. Alright, so Solitude does have that. When it enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 other target creature. So, if we needed to in this situation, we were worried about losing, like if there was cards in hand for the Scapeshift player, maybe we would have like targeted our Felia or something like that there to gain a little bit of extra life, but... Ooh, Flagstones. We have 2 of these legendary lands on the battlefield, so that one of them will be able to get popped. Allow us to go tutoring up for another land from our deck here. Has to be a Plains, though. I'm pretty sure, right? Flagstones, I'm pretty sure says plains. So that commercial district, not actually available here. Let me double check, because now I'm questioning it. Flagstones, taps for a white, legendary land when the flagstones of Car, or however you pronounce it, Trarkare, Air, I don't know, is put into the graveyard from play. Search your library for a plains card and put it on the battlefield tapped. If you do, shuffle your library. So yeah, has to be a plains. Can't just get all the other goodies that you might want there. All right, bring the team. No blinks this time around. 3, 6, 10 coming across. Draw, gain some life. So a bit of a swap. Okay, what do we get? Ooh, Green Sun. We're going big. Let's go find something good here. I mean, we've seen basically all the hits. I mean, I guess this is where, like, maybe a 1 of Primeval Titan or something like that, or 2 of Primeval Titan could come in handy if you're doing a Scapeshift list. Where you're just like, yeah, let's go do that. We're still relying on, like, the Isotils and things like that, but it's just like, okay, ETB, here's 2 more mountains, zap you, right? Or get 2 lands. One is a Valakut, the other is a mountain, and then I really get to just go ping, 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 get you.
Yes. Oh, this gets shuffled back in. Oh,
Yeah, what are we at? Mountain count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we are at 5. That commercial district counts as our 5th one here. Oh, flagstones played from our graveyard. I love that. So this is that fun interactions with the Isotil. Play land from our graveyard. Now we should have, I think, milled there. All right, so now we do this check of like, oh, even though you did gain 3, so me trying to do some land looping here, I could deal 6 to you, but you'll have 2 life left. So, yep, go to the game 3. Oof, what a series so far. All right, going to game number 3, tied up 1-1. Game 1 was the Esper Blink player kind of stumbled over things. Game 2 was pretty close, could have gone either way, but the lifelink off Solitude made a big difference there. We're already starting to see some improvements in play from the players here. All right, land pass. We got a Thoughtseize to start off with again. Any turn 1 plays? No turn 1, just kind of land go. Yeah, the Esper Blink, like the mid-ranginess of it is cool. I'm a fan of it. Scapeshift list, I think it's cool. I do think that, you know, trying to find a slot for 1 or 2 prime times is probably the way to go for this. I know you want to try to like streamline it into it. I mean, the Colonial Heart Expedition's really cool. Like it is very clean on like old school Scapeshift, old school landfall style here. And the Wish is a unique idea to add in as well. Needing some lands, it looks like here. That'll help us. Okay. Flagstones here, I guess. Then we have access to Reprieve. Oh, wait a minute. There's a Grazer in hand. That's a much better line than getting just the Reprieve stuff. Now we can basically do big ramps. All right, Flagstones. And there's our land. So we're putting, of course, flagstones on the battlefield, tap for Grazer trigger, and then we're going to play our fetch land here, ready to be able to turn into potentially a lightning bolt next turn or something else pretty scary. But yeah, 3 mana to the 1. That's such a crazy acceleration difference.
I could have did it the turn before, but I was like, I want to keep around just in case.
All right, what do we got here? Is there anything else worth? Okay, Flicker Wisp, not happy with. All right, what do we got going for? I mean, looks like there's a Felia here. That might be the line that we're trying to push. The Bolt's going to answer that pretty quickly. All right, Fetch going to go off here. Do some tutoring.
Last week I was playing against Charles and I was like, what does Consign do again? Is it triggered or activated? Nate was watching me, he was just laughing. I don't know,
I don't know. So what's everyone's shop looking like right now? Are there decks that you're seeing a lot more of? Is there still a lot of Jeskai Blink running around? Has your shop gone heavier into standard now that there's kind of a new standard meta? What's things looking like at your LGS right now? All right. Oh, mountain off the top. Yeah, not much else we can do here. There's the Felia coming in, flashing the Doggo. And Doggo's going to get shot. Very smart line there. Don't want that to stick around because things can get out of hand quickly. Ooh, okay. Just kind of land go play. I don't like this is a little bit risky to just sort of land go against the Scapeshift player that's already kind of accelerating out, but looks like we'll see probably an Isotil here into a fetch land from the graveyard. No, actually going for the Wish here. Interesting. You may play a card you own from outside the game this turn. Okay, so we actually went for a land drop going for the Seiju here. Felia is going to try to come out. And we're fine with it. No Bolt here, so that's also an indication of what we're up against. But just to be, it looks like 100% confirming, there's a Thoughtseize going to try to get used. Ooh, you see the debate about Reprieve. I mean, more likely than not, Reprieve is, I don't know. Like, Reprieve gets us a new card, but if it's something we really want, then it's gone. But, I mean, the big thing, we already, like if we draw into a Dryad or something like that, Dryad gets grabbed here. So, this is like Scapeshift, Isotil, Counterspell, draw a card. Isotil is annoying. Like Scapeshift definitely higher on the want to get out of hand because that's like a win condition. Reprieve is also annoying. Yeah, boom, gone. All right. And we got the warp. Let's draw a card. Basically, we know the coast is clear. Combat, do a little bit of blinking. Blink the Riddler out to do some blocking. End step, we'll draw another card, put a +1 counter on Felia. It's like, what? Do we got something else? It's like Grace, we're going to block, but doesn't really matter. All right. Godless Shrine, tap. Triggers. Okay, catching up a little bit on the land count. Let's see how our Scapeshift player responds to things here, though. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Got Scapeshift, but no Dryad.
Sort of. Technically. 4/6.
4/6.
Okay, I mean, it like being a 4/6 that's double triggers off Valakut. We need. I guess it. Yeah, it looks like we are going for the Isotil here. A setup and then plan for Escape Shift next turn.
Yep.
Yeah, big thinkies here right now. Because I guess the sequencing of it does matter a lot, right? How are we going to set stuff up? Where are we going to go from here? What's the order? I do feel like... I think it's also the debate about whether to play that Stomping Ground was where we were caught up on. Whether we do that or rely on the lands in our graveyard. Okay, land and Escape Shift this turn. Not worried about Isotil. We'll use Isotil next turn to close out the game. All right, let's go through it. Let's see what we got. There's the Valakut.
But you still have one more land. Yes. Unless you want this to be a flagstone land.
I can get Japanese cards.
Okay. That's yeah.
And I'll deal 3 damage to Philia.
All right, now we can start shooting off some of the creatures here.
My dogs.
Doggo's going down. I mean, that's pretty good. Like, stopping Felia from continually blinking Riddler and drawing cards is going to be really nice.
I literally saw Leyline and Scion play at the same time. Literally, like,
Okay, Overlord.
That's fine.
I didn't see it.
Going to impend the doom here.
Every time I Leyline, I have like 3 actions. Or like 8 actions. I'm like, what is going on?
Let's bring back this doggo.
It's just the move. You were play testing the other day. Didn't you? But
Combat.
All right, bringing the beats. Flying across. Is Grazer going to jump in the way? Yeah, looks like that's going to be the case.
I will play this land tapped and pass it.
All right, land tapped. Go. Full grip, pretty much. 5 cards in hand for a blink player. Looks like Expedition. Pass? No. I was like, that'd be wild. We have Isotil here. Yeah, okay. Isotil. 2 land drops available to us. First one. Trigger. Valakut. Trigger. Isotil. Trigger. Colonial Heart. What are we shooting for 3?
Valakut trigger target quantum regular. What? What? Oh, that's not a mountain. I have a mountain. I do not have a mountain. Just play this. And then that puts a counter here.
Yes.
Crack it.
Down to 17.
Okay, 17 all. Where do we go from here? Yeah, this is an interesting one. It's like you can see the kind of navigation and learning of the deck taking place a lot for our Scapeshift players. They're trying to really kind of like work through and piece together. Okay, if I do this land, because you also have to be counting your mountains and your red sources. Without a Dryad of Elysium Grove, you're like, okay, there's only X number of sacred founties. There's only X number of, stomping grounds, and like you have to sit here and think through all of that.
Let's go to 16. Another stomping ground.
Another stomping ground.
Owie. 11.
Another just kind of bolt at the face.
Yeah, 4. Go to combat.
You may commence with combat.
All right, bringing the beats. Any responsing?
2.
All right, so you get 2 basic lands off of Colonia Heart. So that's the trick and the count here, right? Okay, I'm at 11. Can you kill me?
You have 0 cards in hand.
0 cards.
All right, Solitude going to come in, do some pitching. No Ephemerates to keep it around.
Anything else? I'm gonna try to flash in this doggo.
Ooh, Doggo coming in. Now are we going to respond?
Resolving still on your step.
Okay.
Yeah, we're fine with it resolving, and then end step, let's flash in.
Yeah, I don't like the end stuff done.
Yeah. Trying to remember triggers is hard enough.
All right, blasting the Doggo here. Delicate triggers. Bing, bing. All right, how can, like, advantage meter is still over on the Esper Blink, even though it just takes a few live cards to turn this game into a Scapeshift win here.
There's 4 coming at you.
Oh, we missed the impending trigger.
Then I'll go to the end step.
All right, what do we got? What do we got? Dryad of Elysium Grove is helpful, but not much else to do with that. Flashing in Solitude. That's one less that we would have to protect us against a Dryad, against a Scapeshift here. All right, bringing the beats. 7. That's 3 life gained.
Go to the end step. And Pastor.
The reach over, steal the dice.
You have Dryad. I'm gonna go to 10.
Okay, how do we get through the Dryad? Because that, again, is the biggest, scariest thing that the Scapeshift player can do. But nothing to really follow it up at the moment. So you don't want to leave it unchecked for too long because that's how you just lose. And the fetch allowing us to do the revolt to be able to get rid of that Dryad. Clear the path maybe here. 7 damage. Oh, Bolt Solitude's good. That stops the lifelink here. Ooh, down to 3 though. Reprieve doesn't help us. Yeah, there's the reprieve. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like a Scapeshift wins the game on the spot. Nothing else really does there because Amulet's not being run. Or I keep saying Amulet. Primeval Titan's not being run in this list. But you could run it because that increases your live draws, increases kind of the power of what the deck is trying to do. But as always, we're going to see a little bit of, hey, here's some of the cards that players brought in for sideboarding, things like that. And let's see. Yeah, so the specific ones like Sheldred's Edict and stuff like that is like, oh, am I fighting against Amulet? Is there a prime time somewhere here? Yeah. But the consigns are you can consign the triggers, do things like that there. But hope you guys enjoyed this one. Nice little longer pace, relaxing. Enjoy players learning how to play the game, that sort of fun stuff. Couple mistakes here and there, but that's where you guys can let us know what you saw. But that's going to do it for us here today. Thanks so much for tuning and watching, y'all, and I'll see you all next game.